Okay, we're live. July 7th, 2017. I guess you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, I see it there.
Okay. Oh, okay, I guess we have to go through the backlog from before. We have a couple of cards there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to pull it up on my phone since I can't get on here for some reason.
But can't you follow through my screen?
Yeah, I can, but just so I can do some things while yeah.
Discuss making a more efficient procedures. So what was that about, Liza?
Oh, she mute. Oh, Liza, are you there? I think you muted yourself before.
Sorry. I did. I muted myself. I had barking dogs. Okay. Discuss making more efficient procedures. Oh, I thought
Is this what we talked about last time? That you were wondering what the procedure is?
Yeah, I thought we had. I thought that we had finished with that. I thought we had already finished with that. That you had made that card for putting through posts that we want to put through on the Facebook page, and that there's a procedure now, and we had finished.
Yeah, here in the instructions card.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think we're all finished with it, and the whole thing about that was attached to that was my interest in having a weekly post where we post a current event and have somebody put a TVP commentary on it once a week, but that is been determined as not possible right now, as we don't have the manpower for it.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna keep that on the projects that need assistance board, though, right?
Okay, we should. I think it.
Yeah,
I think it's something that the page needs to keep it current and viable, really.
Yeah, it's not something that should go away just because we don't have the manpower set up yet. So we should make that into a card on that projects list.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll put that as my.
But
okay.
if we have such a post with commentary, I don't see a reason why not to take it through this checklist here and make it a post. I mean, we don't have to commit to once a week or anything.
That's true. We don't.
Okay, so am I wrong about what kind of content you're talking about here? Because I thought this was just like for the stuff that we were talking about, like tech articles and things, or is it not?
Well, it could be. It could be for anything. My thoughts was that it could be for absolutely anything. It could be a long commentary on the post or a short commentary for the post. So it could just be 2 lines, or it could be 2 paragraphs, depending on, what it takes to bring the train of thought that we're trying to express to the current affair or event.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, what's going, the protests going on in Germany right now, someone would write a commentary on that and how it relates to our way of thinking and what the root causes are for it and this kind of thing.
so then, so then if we put it on the projects that need assistance, there then, and with the link that you're talking about, but with the steps to go through, then I guess the other step is just, getting people, literally getting the manpower to do it. So we can just work on trying to find people that want to do a little bit.
Well, it seems to me that if someone would like to make such a post and has such commentary, they could just come here and create a new card, copy over the checklist, and go through the steps.
Definitely.
Rather than us searching for people who would want to do that, let's have the people kind of select themselves or take initiative, rather than say, we're looking for people.
Go through editorial anyway, yeah. So then, it would just be the wording of it, so that people are going to easily understand what we're requesting there. But yeah, that's a good point. So.
Yeah, okay. my whole thing was that it's not clear. It's not clear to people who are the ones to tag and who are the ones that can really take action on it, because part of the problem we have with efficiency here is that you plop something onto the Trello and it sits there because nobody knows who's supposed to be the one to edit it or make the decision about it. Or...
if we're going to be using Roxanne as the final editor for things at this point, or anything that we do need her for, there was some pause with that before, but she's there, so we have to just try to figure out. I don't know. It seems like she's not getting notifications to the social media board that much.
I did the request that we talked about yesterday for the Twitter page, and she did respond.
She did get it? Oh, good. Okay.
On Trello.
Good. Good. So maybe it's working now then. So, because she was saying, to just let her know anything that we need on that now. So, if we want to try to set up what this editing process is going to be, I think we have, some people that have been coming on recently to help us a little bit, offer to help more with the editing too. So, as far as the grammar and spelling and the context of it that way, but if it's anything that we need her to do or whatever, then we're going to have to, just construct it better so it's going to flow through better. That was a unavoidable delay.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, this is your topic then. So what do you see doing with it moving forward then?
Well, I think that the procedures have been put there for people to utilize if they want to do commentary. I also think that it's a little daunting, and without encouragement, we don't have anyone right now that's going to be doing it. But
I know. I was actually thinking if maybe one of the POCs wanted to do there's so many though. So if we had one person.
I think that would be great. It's, somebody that has inclination towards journalism would be awesome. I thought Stan would be good for it because he really likes analyzing things. So I thought he would be a good candidate for doing it. But
Stan used to come and go. He's not permanent with us.
permanent. It's just that he's been going to school off and on over the years. So, you know, there's time periods where he has a lot more free time. He's going for nursing, you know, and a lot of time, him and his wife will switch off. They're both like who's in school more and who's doing this more. So there's times during the semesters and stuff like that where he's not as available. So, but you know, it's not even something that necessarily has to be a permanent thing right now. It can be, you know, when people can do it, we can use it. But
no, as far as I know, there is no people interested in journalists or anything like that. Sadly, maybe Ray, but Ray is full.
Yeah, he's very busy.
Yeah.
But guys, it doesn't matter because those people will come, and our job is to set up processes that work and work well. And if we don't have the people now, they will come.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Who are you, Kevin Costner?
What?
Kevin Costner.
They will come, right? They will come.
Build it and they will come.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty then. So I don't know then if you just want to work on the processes more for that, or how you want to carry that forward.
Yes, it's important what Boris says, that we should at least trying to fix or make processes as far as we can.
Yeah, I just I mean how they want to carry it forward, you know, for us to work on it.
Well, I think that Bo already put procedural card in there, so that's there, and then I'll just put the request for that commentary in the other category, so that anyone, you know, who's looking for something to do will see it as an option.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sort of like an advertisement for this, that it's available.
Yeah. Just to let people, you know, lots of times people don't know what they can do to be involved and be useful. So it's just an option people will see there in that category.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had Carolyn and I were just talking yesterday, but just really briefly about, you know, each time we're implementing a process, you know, even though we're having it on Trello and stuff like that, we might want to gather certain things of it together just to start to develop a little bit of a handbook, you know, even like an e-handbook for each department when people start.
I am thinking that maybe Stone can help us, not right now, but in the future.
On the commentary or on the e-handbook?
Yes.
I don't know who'll need the e-handbook. It might wind up that just the way that we're building it in Trello, the handbook gets built right in there, you know, but we might need a little external link. I'm not sure.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, sorry. I was talking to Liza and mumbling.
You are talking very quickly.
I was. You're absolutely right. I was saying just that yesterday, Carolyn and I were discussing about when the processes are getting put into place for new procedures, you know, even though we're putting them into Trello, we might want to gather them separately for each department to make it into a type of handbook for people when they start, an electronic handbook for each department, you know, when they start.
With who?
For new volunteers, or just in general.
Yes, but with who you were discussing that?
Oh, Carolyn.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I was just saying, you know, because since we're talking about these processes for these different things.
She's in human resources, right?
Yeah. Fab, do you remember when George was working with graphics or just with media in general, and he put together that electronic handbook for the graphics department, or it may have been for media in general? And then it was a whole introduction with all the current policies that they had. Do you remember that handbook?
George?
Yeah, when George and Slavin were working with us, he made that handbook.
I remember. Yes.
Do you remember? Do you have it? Because if not, I can look for it. But I wanted to show her the format.
He made like guidelines to graphics.
Yeah, but it was,
yes,
you know,
he was.
It was all completed in like a book format, like an electronic, you know, book format.
Yes, but to do that, you have first test the process. So finally, you can publish that way.
Oh yeah, this is only for the for the processes that actually, you know, go in and are working, and it may be edited. You know, it's an ebook anyway. So if we edit the process, it's not like we have to print it.
I think Boris was right when he talked about start this and taste it before people come. It's the best we can do right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just the following one was about Rox's Twitter.
Okay, so I resolved that with Roxanne yesterday, and so we're going to keep her personal Twitter, and I'm just going to post once a month on it, something about the newsletter.
Okay, yeah, the newsletter or the tour, you know, something like that. But, okay, that's great.
Yeah, and that way it just keeps it viable. And really, it's not a good idea to close her personal Twitter account, because if she becomes more active in doing interviews or doing or publishing something or whatever, she's going to want to be able to have that.
Yeah, I figured she'd want to keep it open after you explained it, but you know, you don't want to assume. Okay, so that's done.
But what about Jock's Twitter?
Yeah. Oh, I thought those were closed already.
I'm going to close the Jock's tweets now, because I think that's pretty clear that we want to do that, right? And but there's also Jock's Twitter account. His like personal Twitter account is there.
And when we don't close the Shack and change the Shack tweets.
I don't think that's ours. We don't. We have Fresco tweets. We have Roxanne's, and then we have the main, you know, the main Venus Project Twitter.
Okay, well, she follows a Jock Fresco on her Twitter account.
Shack Tweets is an excellent name.
Fresco Tweets, yeah, it is. It is a good name. But you know, unless we're gonna retain it and just put out quotes or you know, image links or something like that. But I don't see.
You know, we just don't have enough to. If we had just so much content to put out there, we could have all these different accounts. But it's hard enough for me to find something every day to tweet and Instagram and stuff every day that's new and current. You know, I'm really just recycling everything. So if we had a lot of stuff to tweet, that would be one thing. But we don't have
the repository.
Yeah.
You use the repository?
Well, yes, I'm aware of the repository, but it's not developed into a meme or anything. And I could just use it and do a quote every day.
Share it as a text.
I could.
The problem.
If you wanted me to, I could just do a Jacques tweet every day of one of his quotes. I could recycle it just like I do with the scheduling on Facebook.
Yes, if you share it with meaning breaks, like we used to make memes today, you know what I mean?
No, say that again.
Yeah.
If you share it not as like meaning breaks, you know, like we designs meme today.
Just share it as a quote, just a text quote, right?
Yes, but you know, the first phrase, the second phrase, the third phrase, all that has appropriately breaks. The problem is that we only have 140 characters, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that is a problem because there are a lot of quotes that overcome, that is well said, that number.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a link to the quote or something. I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about keeping Fresco tweets open again, then I think maybe we should just place it as a topic or something like that.
You know what I mean when I say to you appropriately breaks?
I don't know what that means.
You know, you make a sentence, a second sentence, but the breaks are like when you are reading, like a whole. You know how we made meme today. We don't break the line in any in any place, in whatever place. We break it in particular. I will give you a link later, and you will understand.
Okay. So you're suggesting that I make something out of the quotes? Are you suggesting that I'm making that I take the quotes and make something like a meme out of them?
No, you only use the text because they are tweets.
Right. I mean, so what is it that you're suggesting that I do other than just cut and paste the quote?
Cut and paste. You have to find a quote under the 140 character and share it. That is all.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
you
sure.
Copy.
What's the link that you want me to look at then?
I will send you later because I am launching right now.
Okay.
Okay, so, but the only reason we're talking about now keeping this open again anyway is just because it's
a good name.
A good name. So, so we went from.
Yes, it's a very good name. It's not. That is not. That is the best part.
We went.
I would suggest those Jacques Fresco instead of Fresco's tweets because it is more relevant. But okay. Going on.
So we went from wanting to close 2 of the 3 Twitter accounts to now not wanting to close any of them.
You asked me?
No, I'm asking everybody if that's what, because we're saying we're not closing Roxanne's for very valid reasons. We're just gonna make occasional posts. You said once a month on that, Eliza?
Yeah.
So now we're discussing if we want to do the same type of thing with Fresco tweets.
Well, you know, Fresco tweets could be very popular if I mean, especially with him gone now, people might really like to go to Fresco Treats, but you know, someone's just got to maintain the activity.
I mean, it can be 1 quote a month, and then see, these are things, you know, if we're gonna wind up doing something with them, but I mean, I don't feel like either of those really are a main focus. Like with all the things that we have to do right now, they're not a main focus. So if it's something that it's where we just don't want to lose the handle or something like that, then, you know, we can put 1 post a month then. But it shouldn't be very time consuming right now. And then if someone wants to open those projects up later for some reason, it becomes, you know, really a good idea to expand those. Fine, but
I think it's a good idea to do that. Because it is a good name, and it might be something. It might have like a huge following in the future, because
yeah. Okay, so then if that's the case, then you know, I think we should do the same thing that we were right now anyway, that we were talking about with Roxanne's, and just make 1 post a month so it doesn't get close, but don't focus any energy on those right now. We have a lot of, you know, things to do, so if you're gonna, you know, have to spend time searching for separate, you know, things for those and stuff like that, that's kind of what we were trying to clear up by condensing them, you know, and stuff. So I'd say just kind of do that, and we can maybe leave it on the project that need assistance, but I don't even, it would be so low on the priority of things that really need assistance right now. But
yeah, I think it's fine for me to just add that to a monthly post. That I'll do it at the same time as I do Roxanne's.
Okay.
I already have the access to it, so I'll do that.
Okay. You know, but
shouldn't we open an account called Rock Meadows Tweets?
I don't.
The more, the better.
Well, does she have a repository of quotes?
Yeah,
there's a.
I don't have access to her repository of quotes. I need that.
It's in the same repository, but in other how you call it?
Tabs. There's like the list of all of them, and then Jacques and then Roxanne. They have like their own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there should be tabs at the bottom and switch it over, unless he changed the format recently. But I don't know.
Oh, well, I can use that. I'll look for that.
Yeah. If you can't find it, just let me know. I can pass it to you, or Ray can pass it to you.
Okay. Yeah, I get a little lost in the Google Docs sometimes.
Yeah, and which is why we're trying to get away from. Well, that one's not really even in a Google Doc format. It's in a repository. The repository has certain tabs for it.
Okay.
In the program, right? It's not on a Google Doc tab.
Sorry?
Not that I know of, unless he transferred it. The quote repository is not on a Google Doc.
Yes, it's in a sheet of Google Doc.
Oh, okay. Then it was updated. Sorry.
And I made I will try to share the link right now.
Okay.
A copy of it, but with the meaning breaking. So let me continue. I will try to find that.
Okay. All right. Well, then I guess maybe I'll list this as a topic for another thing. But then if we are just because we're discussing it, because it got brought up with these two Twitters, And then if we're having these different areas of projects that need assistance, because honestly, what we're trying to work for, obviously, I don't know if that's the right word, but you know, in all the departments and things, is to have people be able to see these different projects that they can come in on, you know, and help and things like that. And there are, you know, situations where people have far less time to contribute to than other persons do, but it's still helpful if they do contribute. So we do have something where they are able to see every little thing that, you know, they can help with. We can really set that up as we're developing, then that'll be useful, you know, because once we start, we don't have help now, and one of the reasons we're not really actively looking for, or help now, excuse me, to do everything that we want to do, but one of the reasons we're not actively looking for it right at this moment is just because we're in the process of setting it up. But that's coming, you know, so anything like these different tasks, the easier we can set up of how people that are coming on can help us is going to be good, because we are going to be starting to call for people to help soon, especially with the, you know, the education going through, the new education going through now and stuff too. All right, so the next one that we have. Well, the established content guidelines is still based off of that Google Doc, and I think that and Shrey, we're gonna be helping on reformatting that, but I took the last 2 weeks off, so I'm not sure if anybody did do any work with that. Do you know, Liza?
If anyone, the guidelines that we're using right now are pretty established, so I'm not sure what needs to be more established. Shrey is redoing them, start for us to change the schedule timings on the 15th. So I mean, everything's in flow, so I don't know what we need to do here. It's in process already.
Let me just double check something real quick.
Unless I'm misunderstanding what you're talking about here.
I think that they were discussing adding, just going through it and making sure that there wasn't anything that we wanted to add at this time with the first part, or edit. I'll have to go through this because I wasn't able to look at this before the meeting. So, and then I think the second part was just going to be if there were any of the other content listed on here that we wanted to start to work on adding in, which is going to require some help, like, you know, anything like the tech news or something like that.
Yeah, if we wanted to add a tech news regular post, we would have to have someone
the commentary, yeah,
really focusing on that, because that requires current and regular exploration of tech.
Yep. All right. So, you know, we can put, I don't know, if we're making the post for requests for help for social media, this, you know, someone to help us with these last couple of things that we had here can go on that. I don't know if it would all be included under there and then broken down into different fields or what. But we can this, you know, on to that we do want somebody to help us with that.
Yeah, a list of our needs for volunteers would be great.
Okay.
We could make we can make a Google Doc of interesting volunteer, projects or something.
Do we need a Google Doc for it, or can it be done in Trello? Because that's kind of what that request for social media posts could be, even expanded into being that. We could have. I mean, I'm sorry, not projects that need assistance. Sorry, I didn't mean to say request for. So that projects that need assistance can be sort of when someone comes to the board and they want to help, or any one of the boards where they can go and see what can I jump in on.
Yeah, it could just be Trello. If there's an elaboration, I was thinking that if the category had, detailed elaboration, it would need to have a link to that detailed elaboration. But it could be that it could have a department that you would access to get that elaboration, instead of going to a Google Doc.
Yeah, we might be able to talk to Carolyn too about these projects that need assistance, and just see, because I don't know, and I don't know if maybe Bo, or something like that, because again, this, I was away the last week and a half or 2 weeks almost, so I just was talking to her a little bit about that last night, but I'm not sure if there's going to be a board where everybody gets to go and see what all the different projects that need assistance are of all the departments, or we're going to just keep having it on the individual boards, because or either way, because if there's an HR board basically where you go and see all the projects for all the teams in one spot, those lists for each department could just carry over. It can be copied over, and they can. But.
Well, I think that would be very efficient to have a HR board to do that. So that would be something that they can develop.
Yeah, and it could be that, but in the meantime, till that's done, we can keep developing that as the best that we can for different projects that we want to do, but we don't have, the manpower on it yet, so some of these remaining things on this content development list that are sitting here that are only sitting here because of lack of having people to work on that particular topic right now, we can put on those projects that need assistance for it.
Yeah.
And then, so, let me just do one more thing, sorry.
To me, by the way, it's a question of cleaning up a little bit the board, the social media team board, because right now it's a little bit cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of stuff in here. And if we remove a few of the columns, I think it should help a lot.
Yeah.
But we don't need to focus on that right now.
Do you want to put that on for one of the agendas for the next meeting, Bo? Just making sure it's just streamlining it.
Well, I don't have any ideas, so.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm thinking if we just put it for the next meeting, if we have a little time to think about, some stuff for that, and just making sure it's flowing the best possible, and what's hard to understand here, what's hard to do here. Okay.
Is there homework for this established content guideline, or is it completed?
Liza, are you taking the notes on here? I've been deleting some things, but it's just a little hard because I'm on my phone.
I'm not taking any notes. I'm looking at them and I'm just checking them off if they're done.
I'm sorry, we forgot to establish that at the beginning, but are you just able to, if you can just leave, or somebody could make a note next to it for content guidelines, if you can just leave that for me. I need to just talk to Irina and Shrey about just editing it, and then I'll take that off for the next meeting. I just don't want to.
I'll just put your name next to it.
Yeah, thanks. The scheduling software, I want to move that forward too. I haven't gotten to work on that, obviously. I haven't gotten to work on anything since the last meeting because I took off for treatment and stuff. So, and I don't. The scheduling software needs a lot of discussion. Dean, I did reach out for Dean, but I haven't talked to him. Because I've been off. So we have a good majority of these. It should be a higher percentage than that completed already. But I got to reach out for them and see if we can bang it out real quick. And the POCs I haven't gotten to. It's an ongoing thing that we've been discussing, obviously, for a very long time with them, but about being able to free up certain things that they are doing on their end, helping us with social media, which is coming from structuring the content and having only, approved content going out and not having everybody searching for it on their own and doing all these different things. So as those are getting implemented countrywide, it frees up some of their time to potentially help us on some of the things like we're discussing, about these commentary and things like that and whatnot. But really it's going to need, a proposal of things that we need help with, which can be done just by having the project board streamlined and organized. But and freeing up their time, and then we can ask them for help. So that has to carry forward too.
Okay.
All right. So I'll just leave that alone right now. 23 meeting. I'm going to jump to the June 23rd meeting. And I'll deal with the remainder of that 6-9 next one. The 623, post content on various social media platforms at the same time. And then it says Bo. And then it says this wasn't put by me, Bo. I don't know what this refers to.
Okay. Bo?
Do you see it, Bo?
I don't know who put that. It wasn't me.
All right, let's get rid of that.
Post content on various social media platforms at the same time. Okay, so I think that we had discussed this briefly as to whether or not we think it's more effective to put different posts on Instagram, Facebook, and the Twitter accounts, or just put the same posts so that when people want to go back and forth, they're seeing the same things. I think we touched on that a little bit. I don't know how it got put up there because I didn't put it up there, but we did discuss it briefly weeks ago, which is more effective, having different posts on the different platforms or posting all the same stuff at the same time.
Oh, okay. I mean, I know we had talked about that across the international pages, things like that, and on Facebook, and trying to post at different times for that, but I didn't know we were going to try that for the network too.
Yeah, I don't think that it's something to really delve into at this time. I really don't, because I'm the only one posting, and it's too. And I do think it's more effective to post different stuff, as long as at different times, as long as everything gets on there eventually, which it does. So
yeah. And I think once we do have the scheduling software, you know, and things like that, that's going out to everything, it'll be a lot easier to just change the content around if we want to try that and try different things like that once it's laid out like that. But that's sort of something that'll come later.
So we can
is Trey not helping with the content right now?
He has, yeah, he does. He and I kind of split the global page, yeah. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, I'm doing the Instagram and the Twitter and the Facebook.
Okay. I thought he was helping.
No, he is. He's doing at least half the global scheduling.
Okay. So then, do we want to just take this off for now?
I think so.
Okay. And that's a thing too. All of these areas where we need help, if we need scheduling, we can help post all the things. All of these projects should be going in that any area that we need help with. The more that we can show people exactly where we need help with and lay it out, the better. Because they don't know either where they can help too. You don't know without knowing. So, if everybody can clearly see it laid out, sometimes they'll look at that and they're like, "Oh, I can get that done in a half hour every week. That's great. I can get that done." And I don't know that they even have time to help. So, okay. Discuss adding an invitation to the Telegram app as a monthly post, and also reducing the frequency of the badge campaign posts.
Yeah. So I think that Bo was going to be talking to Stan about his concerns about the Telegram app. We couldn't conclude this last meeting because Stan didn't come to the meeting.
Yeah.
So Bo, did you have that conversation?
Yeah. So Stan's main concern was that he wanted to ensure that Roxanne owns the Telegram channel where the posts are made, and this is what I did. Help together with the Russian guys who initiated the Telegram bot. So we ensured that Roxanne is the owner of the channel. So that's good.
Okay, good.
Some more work remains there because the main procedure that I'm trying to explain to them is that anything that's used for any service, any website that has any service or communication channel, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, and if it's used by TVP, then Roxanne has to be the owner of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's still in process, so it's not time to discuss the monthly posting yet?
Yeah, it's still in process because yes, now the Venus Project channel Roxanne is the owner of it. However, she's not the owner of the Russian channel there and of the bot user itself. So we have to work out those still.
So, do we have any ideas on when something's in process like this, for this is kind of a good example of it, something that we're looking to maybe increase the frequency of posting or something like that, which would need assistance, but there's still these other background things to do even before that part of it can get worked on. Where's the best place to keep this? Does it just keep moving forward on the agenda, on homework, or does it go to projects that need assistance, or what do we know? Are we, because we're still forming a lot of this, so anyone's ideas on streamlining it is great too.
I do have an idea that I would like to suggest a little bit later into the meeting.
Okay. Then we'll hold off on that. Okay,
Right,
so I'll take this find out concern Stan has about the bot. I can take that off. Jumping down on this because you laid out what the concerns were, but so
yep.
But I don't. So yeah, I don't know about.
Yeah, the other one is still in progress.
So, but it's actually two questions because one is about the Telegram app and one is about the badge campaign.
That was me. I wrote that inefficiently. I should have made that two different subjects. But this one I was concerned about because we're posting the poster for the badge campaign weekly now. And and I noticed there was a dramatic drop off in interest. And I didn't think, and I thought that's not good. You don't want people to only see 2 or 3 people asking for these badges because then
that's not good.
Yeah. So, but then last week we had a big resurge again of interest, which surprised me. And so I think the thing to do is, I was thinking of suggesting that we reduce it to once a month, but I think maybe bi-weekly would be better. But weekly, I just don't want to see people to see that there's no interest in this thing. I don't think that's good for us.
You know what I was thinking too? You know how it has that blue background around it? I was wondering if maybe like we just change the color of the background once in a while when we posted it, so it looked different.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just green, purple, or whatever too, just so it doesn't look like the same one going through all the time that they.
Well, we only have 2 different ones right now. Every other week, there's 2 different choices on the poster. So we should have those 2 posters different colors. That's for sure. And then we're supposed to be adding more quarterly, every 3 months.
Okay.
So the new poster that comes out, which I think is supposed to be in August, should definitely be a different color.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and and obviously just let them know it's new.
Yeah. We put the new when a new one comes out, we put the new stamp on it.
Did the badges campaign get added to the content list document? I'm sorry, I didn't look when I was on there.
Yeah, it is.
I thought. So I guess just change it to every 2 weeks.
Yes. I think bi-weekly is. We should drop it to bi-weekly because and see if the interest keeps higher that way.
Okay. All right, so I just took that half of the question off and left the part about what do you want to do with this discussion about the Telegram app? Since it's still in process, do you want to move it forward to the next?
I think so.
The next.
I'm sorry. If you, Boris, can open the link I send you in Facebook, so we can.
You sent it to me on Facebook.
You can't? Yes. So there you go. You have the one column, the first column is linked with the main repository. So if there is any change there, it will be changed here. And the third column, if you can move to the right, please. Move down. Move down. So that is what I mean, designing sensitive to the text. So we can put this quote designing that way in Twitter. If they don't fit in 140 characters, we can't link. We can only put part of that quote and link to the web page where is a meme or the whole quote.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, so what I would suggest is if we're gonna we don't want it to link to this page, or we do, if it's a partial quote.
Well, it will be great. We don't have right now that, but it will be great if they can go to the web page.
But we don't have it.
No, but it's not. I think it's not difficult to do it. What do you think, Boris?
Well, what web page are we talking about?
Make in the web page, put this quote.
Well, you could have a web page for Fresco Tweets in the website, and then I could just post it directly from there.
Okay, so let me see if I kind of think that I understand. So, Fab, you're saying that, for now, for the once a month quotes that we need for Rox's page and for Fresco Tweets, you were just giving Liza the quote repository to post something from there. But you're talking about if it's over the character limits, that it can link to a meme or an image or something like that, sorry, on Twitter, if it has a quote that's over the character restriction. But you're also talking about having this quote repository uploaded to TVP website so that people are really easily able to see the approved quotes that are out there so that they can help or take it or share it or do whatever.
That's right. And also we can, of course, you have to read them all, and maybe you can find not the first part, but at the end a very nice quote, and you can link that end to the web page.
Can you say that the sentence that you said before the very last sentence again? Or just repeat it? I'm sorry, I just didn't hear the end.
Maybe you find in a large quote a part that is strong, that is powerful, that posts a very strong statement. Mm-hmm. But you can't post the whole quote, so you copy that part of the quote is in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end, and you link it to the web page. We have to ask Ray how is grammatic correct to quote a quote that is that have text before,
Yeah, but just to how to correctly use a partial quote.
Yes, that's right.
But to have a partial quote, but to have it hyperlinked back to the website.
Sorry, can you repeat?
But you said to have a partial quote and to have it linked, like hyperlinked back to the website.
Yes.
So you're asking for someone to develop a page of fresco quotes on the website.
There is a shortcut that is called quotes. We only have to make like a new page, a new part of how we call it. We have the media page and we have the quote page. You know. I am clear.
We have the media page and the quote page on the website, you're saying already?
Yes.
I don't know where the quote page is.
Separately from the media page or on the multimedia page? You're just talking about having all the quotes on the website, all of this, because these are all approved quotes. So just having them out so people can share or people can grab them and make images or do whatever. But instead of having it on a Google Doc, having it on the website, right?
Yes, with a very nice design, of course. And I think that short code, how we call it, where is?
Short code?
Yes, there is a short code that is called quotes, and it's very nice. It's well designed.
Where is that?
So you're thinking about on the multimedia page to create
Or make another page that is called quotes.
Okay. So either multimedia or its own page.
So Bo, what do you think of that?
think-
Because that would be that. I mean, are you the only one that works on the website?
No, I am too. But if you, I can make one right now, and we can see it in the website if you wish.
Well, if you're looking for consensus, I think it's a good idea.
I don't know if we will do in the multimedia or in elsewhere.
well, if we do it elsewhere, it will become more and more cluttered, the website, more and more things on it. So it gets more difficult to find any single thing.
Well, the multimedia page can have its own area for just the quotes, right?
Yeah, we should make see first what will be the consequence if we post it there. I can make a try right now if you wish.
Yeah, you can try it. I mean, if you want. I mean, it's up to if you and Bo want to try it on there. I mean, this just brings up a good point too, and this is of things. So on all of these things that we're posting on the agenda about ideas that we have for different things, there may be some that we'll be able to suggest and get done right now, or there might be some where we need help, on doing it like that. So, if we can have a place, I don't know, like, is there a place other than just bringing each time everyone has an idea for a project or doing a thing like that, is there some, instead of just waiting till the meeting or something, is there somewhere that we can post that? Or would that be projects that need assistance? Or do...
What your conclusion?
where we put that I'm talking about. So say, for example, you're talking about this right now. We're talking about it right now at the meeting. So you're gonna work on it a little bit. But if you had this idea to add the quote repository to the website, not in the meeting, where are we getting that? Where's a process for that? Other than trying to think oh, maybe do I do this, or maybe I send it here, post it here, or do it here.
I don't understand. Is a question or what? I am sorry. I don't think I completely understand what you are saying.
Yeah. So right now you're talking about adding the quote repository to the website, right?
Yes.
So, and we're discussing it in the meeting right now. So what I just wanted to mention is, if we weren't in this meeting right now and you had this idea to do this, or any idea that we have about the things to do, where do we post them, or what process should we put in to be able to say, hey, we have an idea, and then let's make this a project, and hey, people, we need assistance on it.
I think we would put any ideas on the agenda, and if it's not already worked out, if it is already worked out, then we just follow the process that we have worked out. But if it's not, I guess it makes sense to bring it to the meeting.
Yeah, but I don't even know if we have, for example, new person comes on, or whatever, and they're reading things from how to do stuff. Obviously, we're building the processes in, so each of these little things that pop up, I'm just curious about, do they even, do people, not even new people, but everyone know, hey, I have an idea for something to get done, put it on the agenda. I don't even know if we have it clearly enough laid out so that people know, to do that.
So that could be something that perhaps you can create an agenda item with a suggestion for how to improve that part.
So you're saying you want a column for ideas,
or at least a process, that we go through for people's ideas, project submission, or whatever. Even if it's just a loose, a loose thing for now, but just some way of putting your ideas, process for putting your ideas through that we can discuss, because, then once we discuss it, we can ask for help on that project if we decide it's a valid project. And it can be small. It can be, small to a big project. But Fab is suggesting this right now, and it's a good suggestion. So, okay, let's add quotes too. It's, people can see the quotes, people can copy it and share a quote, people can make memes, it can be, the team can see it very easily on the website. It's a good idea. So, he's saying it here now in the meeting, but if he wasn't, then I guess so that would go on the agenda for the next meeting. And then once you decide, okay, this is a good idea, then where does it go from there? You and Bo will probably work on it because you're working on it right now, but does that go on the projects that need assistance? Board, so people can help get it done. Because then all this has to be entered, and then people, after it's done, even after all it's entered, people should know, oh, hey, it's there now, and it should be in a place where people can.
Well, I think Roxanne said that Trello board will be open to anyone, right?
Yeah.
Well, that is one way. So you put the project there and expect people to come
Oh yeah, no, I think it all should be done in Trello. All the processes should be done in Trello, but it's just, we have to lay each thing out for people because people, they don't know just because we say it or just because we say it in a meeting or anything like that if it's not laid out. Because I think, pretty soon we're going to be requesting a lot of help. So if people are able to easily come in and see, like I said, these projects they can jump on. There might even be somebody. I mean, how many quotes are here? Quite a bit. You post these things and people can help. And it just finishes it easier. Anyway, I don't know.
Well, the last thing I want to say of this idea of posting the repository in the website is they have an option to link to a video. So we bring them from Twitter to the web page to the video. For example, in this quote we are seeing right now, I will post it's a form of communist with GDP in brackets.
Mm-hmm.
So people calls their attention and they can go to the website and see it, and then to the original video and look the context of the quote. And I know that all that data exists because the needs the source.
Okay, so
Yeah.
who knows? So somebody has to connect the links to the video to the repository.
No, you have to make the quotes to connect to the website to connect to the video.
Right. So, but first somebody has to connect each video to each quote.
Yes, in the website.
Right.
And that's a separate project, though.
Well, I mean, are you wanting to do that project, or are you looking for someone to do that project?
Yes, I don't have problem. I don't know where we will put these things. I think Boris should make that decision because he or the person who is more clear about the website. But I don't have any problems to do that, and I will ask Ray to give me the access to the sources, and I will try to do that. Meanwhile, you can start making tweets of Shark tweets and start making your own experience.
Okay, yeah. So I can start doing Jacques tweets from this repository. I almost called it a suppository. From this repository until you have it all set up on the website. I'll just do the smaller quotes without the links.
Nice. Quote, hashtag, as far as possible, and yes.
Okay.
Do you have the list of hashtag I post in the social media?
Do I have the list? Oh, yes, the hashtag.
Well, that is another thing. We should have a common document of hashtag, so we can improve it and make modifications. All of us, Lisa, me.
We have the hashtags collected into the content document, the current ones anyway.
So, Fab, the hashtags that I use on Twitter are the compact ones that just say the Venus Project, TVP, Resource-Based Economy, RBE, Founders, Jacques Fresco, Roxanne Meadows, and that's all that will fit. That you can't fit any more than that on Twitter.
I think we have to find a strategy to use the hashtag. In all that words you sell, politics will have will be very efficient because it's a common concept.
Politics?
So politics.
Okay.
And war maybe.
Okay, so I think if you're going to start talking about hashtags and different things like that, we should just put that on the next meeting, like whatever you're thinking about that for the next meeting, and then we can discuss it because that's a new thing that you're talking about.
Right, but just to let you know, Fab, on Twitter, because of the restricted characters, I fill the hashtags to capacity virtually every time. So there's no more. Yeah. There's no room for extra. But
you are using you use only the Venus project. Well, we should first agree how we will use the hashtag. I think the best way is to use common concept to reach more people.
That is a good discussion to have. Absolutely. I was instructed to use these hashtags on every single post, so that's what I'm doing. But it's a good discussion to have it be more, to have the hashtags be more of an outreach rather than just a stamp of resource-based economy and this project.
Why I always insist in Facebook that we don't have that limit of characters. That use the large amount of hashtag to reach more people.
Yes, in Instagram I use a lot more hashtags.
Yes, and there are many ways. For example, you have let me think, two concepts, but the first one is not relevant. The second one is relevant. I don't know. But you use the two of them, and the second one you only use as a hashtag. You know?
I'm not sure.
So when people.
So Fab, can we put something on the agenda for the next meeting to just to discuss hashtags and which might.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, just so that we can give it its own time, just because we have a couple more things to wrap up for this one.
Okay.
So for this, yeah, so if you want to just write it for the upcoming meeting, just put it with your name next to it, and we'll do it. And if you have any ideas, you can put it on there too. Okay, so this TVP history, I'm not sure who was asking about this question. But the Venus Project history, it's saying should not be posted on, should or should not be posted on social media. If yes, then the frequency too. And it says we don't know what this refers to exactly.
Yeah, we couldn't figure out what that was in the last meeting. Who put that up there? We didn't know what it was.
I have no idea who put that there. I don't know. Maybe Shrey wanted to know if we should put that on as content. We just started kind of putting our names on the end of stuff. I don't even know if people know all the way through the team yet to put their name at the end or anything. So, do we have that in the? Let me just look at the procedure.
Okay, so somebody thought we should add that to the weekly post.
Yeah, it might have been Shrey. Maybe we could put a little thing in. Let me just see real quick. Sorry, in the questions and announcements or something, just to let people know to put their name by the end of the question, so that if they aren't at the meeting, we at least can contact them and try to find out, what they meant by the question.
Maybe here we can change meeting agenda to put your name at the end.
Or I mean, a place. Place all, you know, questions or topics. Like something a way to word it, just to let people know that, you know, anyone can, from the team or from any team really, that has a question in regards to something or a proposal, you know, or I mean an idea, can put it on the agenda, but just put your name on the end. We could just put, if placing a topic, please put your name at the end. Or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah. That's great. Okay, so thanks, Bo. Okay, so yeah, I think that might have been Shrey then. So I don't know how to we can just ask Shrey if that was him, I guess, or.
Well, we don't know what it refers to, so let's just move to the next
well,
one.
I think it's a good idea to put TVP history posts up, but I think that I'm not sure how it's formatted. I haven't gone to the link, so I'm not sure how it's formatted. Does he want to just take portions of the history and post it like in a story or a link or what? I don't know what he wants.
How about we paste? We just cut and paste this. If somebody could write onto the content document as like a proposed content topic, and then we can go through it and we can see if it's something. We can just take it off here and put it on the actual doc with TVP history, you know, where all the tech support and things are.
There is a lot of material there in history.
Yeah.
To share.
Eliza, are you able to do that?
I don't really understand what it is you want to do. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Just on that content document, where we have all the different topics that we're posting.
Yeah.
We could make one of the columns, like right under tech news or whatever at the bottom. We can just make it TVP history. And then that way we can discuss this more, because especially we're going to be working on this document, I think, because Irina wanted to and Shrey wanted to. We can go over what we can do with it. All of us can. And then whatever, you know, we decide, yes, we do want to work on that content topic, it can go on these projects that need assistance.
It's already there. TVP is already on that content document. It's just it's just not highlighted.
Okay, I'm going to take it off this meeting then, because we already know we have to finish up that document.
Okay.
Thank you. And the tour, the tour, Roxana requested that we can please do some advertising about the tour every week. Liz, did you talk to her a little bit about it? Because I mean, I saw there were some tour posts, so I don't know how detailed or extensive you got with that.
I haven't gotten any answers on it. I've sent a request to Saso to talk with Joel about maybe posting something every single tour, if it's just photos of the people that were there, or a little snippet, recorded snippet of a question and the answer, but I haven't gotten any response yet.
So I talked to Roxanne about this when she was asking, you know, putting in the requesting us to do it or whatever. She said that it most likely is going to be hard to have current stuff each week, but we can try. But I know when Sasha's there, if we let him know in advance, you know, about it, he can do that. But he's not there all the time. I'm not there all the time. So
Joel is there all the time.
Joel is there all the time, but he
come and go.
He's not always at the tours all the time to take it while it's going on. But the thing is, though, there's so much media that we have on the tours, just photos after photos after photos of Roxanne, all you know, all from the years in the model rooms and the walking and in the different homes and by the, you know, just by everything. There's a lot of already existing material that we could just take a photo, you know, and do a tour post or something like that. At least for now.
Where are all those photos located? So what we need to do is create a link to our resources for our on our document.
Yeah. Okay. That Joel would have a lot of access to a lot of those photos. So hopefully he can provide a lot of them. They're around, but they're around all, you know, in albums and in posts and just, you know, Google image searches and things like that. But there's so many. There's so many in her computer too. I'll have to see what I have too because I have a lot. Yeah. But there's not, yeah, we may have to organize that a bit. But again, if it's only once a week, you know, we might be able to maybe just grab, you know, a month or 2 months worth of pictures, which I can find pretty quickly. And then we can work on that a little bit more and develop at that. But the tour is probably something that should go on the projects I need assistance list too, because, you know, it'd be good if people could help us work on that, gather the photos and, you know, store them and develop different statuses and things. And if we can expand it to having something like that. Joel had said that he was wanting to do a project where he was interviewing people at the end of, you know, the tours and asking him how it was and stuff like that. So I have been talking to him about maybe doing it in like a Facebook Live format or something like that, so it can go up right away instead of having to, you know, be edited and this and wait and stuff. Just some quick things every week that are live from there. But we have very limited. Everybody's maxed out. When you're at the research center, you're really maxed out a lot. So. You know, that's
okay. So I added tours at Research Center to our document here,
okay.
And so we can work on that and determine and get some links connected to it, and then we can just start using our resources until we have some current live stuff to use.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm gonna just make a quick card. I can pull it up.
You're going to make a card? Okay. I'll let you do that.
Yeah. I'll just put tour post right now and we can modify it later.
Right.
Okay. All right, so I'll take that off. If you want to just carry forward about that Telegram app, to the next meeting, we can archive this June 23rd card.
Okay. New checklist. We need a new checklist. Okay. So for this meeting, I wanted to actually suggest that we try and make our meetings more efficient, because I think we are a little bit chaotic. So I have an agenda item for create a meeting facilitator role. Adding my name. And I would like to just put it at the top of the agenda because it will obviously have relevance. We can kind of change the meeting procedure. So yeah, meeting facilitator role. Well, what's this about? Well, we can have a and a person can fulfill that role, so it can be different people that are fulfilling it. But basically, the meeting facilitator would have certain functions. And the functions, I'm just dropping it here quickly. Facilitator role. What functions? So first would be stop off-topic talk, right? Whenever we get into an off-topic, the facilitator can just listen for that and just stop it so that we can keep track of what's the actual topic that we're on and finish with that and then move to anything else.
Yeah, I think there could be a little bit of a time limit on that. Maybe like, a few minutes if someone's talking about it, because they may want to bring it up at that time, which may, because they're thinking of it. But after a certain point, if it can just be moved into its own agenda on the next meeting, so it's not taking too much direction off, would be good.
Yeah.
But if we can,
so we can make it more precise. Yes, we can make it more precise. But for now, let's just try it like this.
Okay.
Precise if we want to. We can set time limit after 2 minutes, whatever.
Okay.
Help build meeting agenda. Or no, actually, the meeting agenda is already built by people. It's actually the meeting facilitator would be actually inviting suggestions. So it's a bit difficult to put it into words. But the meeting facilitator would be seeking a concrete suggestion from someone about what to change, and kind of going through the people in the meeting, the other people that are participating in the meeting, and asking whether they have any clarifying questions about the suggestion or any objections. So ask meeting participants whether they have clarifying questions about suggestions raised. And similarly, where they have objections to suggestions raised, or proposed, would be better. Is this making sense so far?
Yeah. Or
obviously,
clarifying question. You mean about agenda topic?
Well, that's the idea, that we would try and up with concrete suggestions rather than just agenda topics. If that makes sense.
So you're talking about the person facilitating for the future meeting.
We can start from this meeting.
No, but I mean, so I mean, when we're actually talking about the facilitator or the person, we're not talking about them working right now in the current meeting. We're talking about what they're setting up for the next meeting, right? Because right now you're talking about making the meeting agenda for the following meeting more concrete, or each following meeting.
No, it's during the meeting.
Oh, okay. All right. Then I didn't understand what you meant. Okay. So basically, instead of when we are talking about a certain topic, instead of just kind of going on and on with it, if we don't actually have a way to address it or something like that, then someone would sort of be like, well, does anybody have a way to address it right now? If not, let's just move it forward to the next topic, or, to the next meeting, or place it here for further assistance, or drop it, I guess. We're not going forward with it.
Yeah, so it would be another of the roles is helps turn agenda items to concrete suggestions.
Oh, okay, I know it now. Okay. Oh, yeah. So then the agenda items are just, because they're the proposals. So what we're actually going to do with it. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Well, the first one is, let's say it's done. Okay. This one is something that I propose. So here's my suggestion on this one, add social media team to the Become a Volunteer page. The Become a Volunteer page. So if we go to it, how people can volunteer and join any of our teams. It has just there. And recently we created the process, which includes the quizzes that we've been talking about before. So to cut to the chase, what I suggest is that we add the social media team here as an opportunity for people to get involved, and we create some content in the page, like some text that in short describes the function of the social media team and perhaps what kind of people we're looking for, what expertise we're looking for.
I just want to say something for 1 second. I don't mean to cut you off, but this is actually something that I wanted to ask about advertising this page as content. But I just wanted to ask before, and this is one of the other things that I was going to bring up, that we have a topic here, if we had if it was okay for us to start advertising these. Because I didn't know if we were waiting for human resources to finish anything before we started doing any of these.
Can you create another agenda item for this?
Okay, sure.
Okay. So that's what I suggest. And when the basic workflow is, like you can see in the web development team, as an example, people who have those sets of skills go here, what the team does, read what kind of expertise we're looking for, and if they want to get involved, they come here to this link, which leads them to the quiz page.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the place where they review certain kind of materials, lectures, and go through quizzes. And after they go through, and they get in contact with HR, they sign the NDA, they go into Trello. And at that point, they're going to see all the teams, including the social media team. And that's why we put this card here. It says how to join this team. Open this card, and they will read here how to join the team.
Okay.
So what I suggest is that we add on the website, in the Become a Volunteer page, that we add the social media team and that we the text for that page.
Yeah, I think we already have the text. I'm not saying it can't be
Jen.
But I think we.
So to follow this process, it's a little bit different now. What I suggest with the facilitator role, not everybody gets to speak whenever they want. Instead, the facilitator invites people to speak. So I would solicit feedback now. First of all, let's say that this meeting I'm fulfilling the facilitator role, just to model it, but it can be anyone. So I would go as a facilitator. I would go through the people one and ask, Jen, do you have any questions about my suggestion?
Or whoever's suggestion. Whoever.
Yeah. So I'm asking you now.
I lost my train. I lost the train of thought of what the question was before we were talking about this part. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Fabrico, do you have any clarification questions about what I suggested?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay. Oh, sorry, well, I'm out of turn.
Okay, go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, no, for adding the social media department, we're just talking about that to the website. That would be great. I think we have a lot of the content about joining the team already. So then I guess we just need a place to. I guess we can list it as a post that we need to make or a project that we need help with, and then all we need is the text for it to be entered, I guess.
Yes, that's right. What we need is the text. And actually, I suggest that we write it down now. We can just create a little bit of text together now.
Let me see.
People, my battery are very low.
Yeah.
I will have to leave you.
Let me see what I can grab real fast.
Okay, Fab. Take care.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Bye, Fab.
Okay, let me just see.
Okay, so can I just say, as it relates to the new system of I forget what you called it, the person coordinating these discussions. Have we left that topic? We're jumping.
Well,
I'm the only one that didn't get a chance to respond. About the new coordinator position of the meeting.
Oh, the facilitator.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So, in my opinion, having been involved in the Green Party extensively, that is how they conduct their meetings. People go on what's called Stack, and then they can give their opinions on the subject matter that's being discussed. So nobody speaks without being on Stack or being called on. Somebody presents a topic, and then people raise in the meeting, people put themselves on Stack, and then in order they're allowed to comment on the topic. I find that that's efficient for large meetings, but I really don't like it for small meetings like this. A lot of ideas and directions are lost when you put that kind of criteria on a meeting, because people just can't say what they need to say. They have to hold it for another time, and lots of times people just let things go, because by the time they get to their question on Stack, the topic has moved, it's changed, and you don't want to and you don't even want to. Anyway, I find it I find that it stunts growth myself in small meetings.
So would you have any suggestion for what to change perhaps in how we define the facilitator role?
My suggestion is that whoever is the facilitator of the meeting I don't think it's a good idea that people don't speak unless called on. I really don't. But that person can be in charge of, getting people back on track. And
yeah,
we're going off track here. Let's keep it focused on this. We're on this question, and make sure that question is either checked off or moved to the appropriate category. So there you have it. That's my input.
Okay, so how can we change how this is worded here to reflect what you just suggested? Maybe remove the middle two?
Yeah, you don't have anything here saying that people are not to speak unless spoken to. So it doesn't really change what you have written here. But
it's sort of implied by the second one and the third one, because that's by calling on them one at a time. I mean, it doesn't specify it there, but I think that's the way that he meant it, though. But yeah, I mean, it isn't. It doesn't say, doesn't say about not speaking out of turn, like you said, but I mean, the clarifying questions, it's.
I personally think that the person that puts the topic on the agenda is the one that should just take over facilitating the facilitator role for that question. And and they should be responsible for carrying over the procedures, whatever is decided in the discussion. And they should be responsible for keeping everyone on topic.
Yeah, on topic about the particular question, you mean?
Yeah.
It may get to a point where, we have so many people in the meeting or something like that we have to only call on people on turn or something like that, but I don't know if that would be the best approach for it right now. And I mean, it also puts people on the spot. While it develops, can potentially develop communication, it can put people on the spot too that don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
About that particular topic if they're like being called on. I don't know. Bo, is there a reason that you are proposing this? Have you found that this is one of the more effective ways of handling meetings that you've seen, or are you just proposing it because you feel like it was going a little bit on? I wasn't at the last meeting, so I don't know if it was something from that. I know this one's a little. I'll definitely say I'm a little off because I'm still not feeling that well, and I wasn't at the last meeting, so I'm still catching up from everything. So I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely think we can improve the efficiency of our meetings, but it's in general, it's not just these meetings here. In general, any meetings in any kind of organization, I think can be improved quite a bit.
By adding that particular dynamic, I definitely think there's things we can do to improve it. I'm just wondering specifically about calling on people to be able to speak. If you found that in all of your interactions, that's been the most effective.
Okay, let me back up a little bit. So the particular things I listed here that I suggested are a start. They're not necessarily what will be there after even the next meeting. Even after one meeting, we can change considerably the meeting facilitator role based on what we see. So the sort of underlying process here is we create a procedure and we see how well it works, and then everyone makes suggestions to change this procedure, or in this case would be the meeting facilitator role. Everyone makes suggestions on how to change it, and that's how we arrive at the better roles of better functions of the meeting facilitator role.
Understood, Bo. So my suggestion is that we have the person who posted the topic take on the facilitator role of each topic, and perhaps the person that posts the topic can estimate a time factor on the topic that they want to allocate for discussion of this topic, and we can try and stay loosely within that time factor, and then move on to and resolve it, and then move on to the next topic, because we do end up having 2-3 hour meetings here.
Yeah, and I think that's hard. Like I think that we were having the longer meetings in the beginning because we were just beginning to reestablish the social media meetings again, and so we had a lot of different things to tackle and stuff like that. But in general, especially with advertising for people to come on and things like that, people aren't going to be able to really be at meetings that long. So I think the max that a meeting should be really is 2 hours. So ideally it would be 1 hour, but I think 2 should be the max. And I feel like maybe if we are going, we're just not hitting them or something like that, maybe we could increase the frequency of the meetings or something like that. But if we improve the efficiency, we should be able to just only allocate a certain amount of time to a topic, and then carry it forward. I think those are pretty good suggestions.
So, yeah, a few suggestions that I heard there. One is the facilitator would be whoever proposed the agenda item.
Yeah. And
I like that suggestion, and I agree that we can change that. Jen?
I like that suggestion too. I have a thing that is probably going to come up because it's already come up, is what happens if someone puts something on the agenda and they're not at that particular meeting. So we might want to address that for people. If you do place a topic on the agenda, but you're not at the meeting, we could either push your topic forward to the next meeting because you're not there and it's your topic, which probably would be the easiest thing, or else you have to provide us some clarity on, you know, your topic that we're that we're able enough to discuss it without the initiator of the topic at the meeting.
It would be good if they put a person to be the facilitator of their topic. So
if they're not going to be there,
if they're not going to be there, like if Shrey puts his topic on history, he should have spoken to one of us about it if he's not going to be able to be here, and that person can be the facilitator of that topic.
He may have, for all I know, he could have sent me a message about it and all of this clusterfuck of things, and it got lost somewhere. Haven't opened it yet or something like that. You know, because we don't have solid processes for every single thing yet. You know, everybody's still like, you know, hey, let me shoot a thing here or try to put it here or try to do whatever. So he may have done that. But yeah, that's a good example. You know, or we could have something where if you're not going to be if you have an agenda topic and you're not going to be able to make the meeting, you know, please try to let us know, obviously. I mean, emergencies happen all the time, so we can't always know all the time, but, you know, please try to let us know. And
is it okay how I worded it here?
Whoever created the agenda. Yeah, that looks good. And then if you could put if they are not interested in appointing another person, or another person cannot be found to facilitate it, maybe if people don't want to take the topic, I don't know. You know, to facilitate it, topic will be carried forward to next.
If no facilitator present, topic will be carried forward to next meeting.
Yeah.
Next agenda.
Yeah.
Or carry it over. I guess carry it over.
Okay.
Do we want to propose a time limit?
Yeah. I heard you guys suggest time limit for agenda items. I would like to suggest time limit for the whole meeting.
Oh, that's what I was saying. That when I was saying an hour to two, I was saying for the whole meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So what do you suggest, Jen? How much time?
2 hours would be the absolute max, and the only reason that I'm even saying 2 hours is only because it's bi-weekly. Because normally I don't think it should be over an hour. I just don't think people have that. Most people have that ability, and as we're going to be expanding and advertising for help, we have to think of that, you know, going forward. So I mean, I think 2, I guess.
Yeah, I agree 2 is good. The way that the Green Party does time limits is they give the facilitator of the topic a certain amount of time to present the topic, and then they give a certain amount of time for discussion on the presentation of the topic. So, and that way they stay in their timelines and don't go over time for each meeting.
Wait, I'm sorry. Could you just say the end of that again?
This is how the Green Party meetings stay within their time limits of the meetings, which is usually 2 hours. And the way they do that is whoever puts the topic down allots themselves so much time to present the topic, and then the meeting votes. The meeting votes how long they're going to spend discussing the topic, and then they go over that.
So, in other words, for example, you would put, you know, you or I have a meeting agenda topic. We put it on to the agenda, what our topic is. We put our name. We put 10 minutes next to it, or 30 minutes next to it.
Right, right.
And then that sort of helps to see with all the agenda topics which ones are going to actually fit into the 2 hours and which have to go forward.
Exactly. So when I put, like, I want to discuss the Twitter matter, I would put presentation 3 minutes, discussion 8 or 7 or whatever I want, so that we have a total of 10 minutes on that topic.
Okay.
And that way we see in the agenda how long the meeting's going to be. And when we start the meeting, we can say, let's look at these timelines on the agenda. Does everybody agree? Because the last topics may not fit into the 2-hour meeting. So we may have to adjust the timelines on the previous topics to fit all the topics.
Yeah,
and then we have to agree with that at the beginning of each meeting.
Oh, so you mean instead of carrying it forward, they may be like, hey, I know you asked for 20 minutes here, but we only have 10 to allot, or something.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, either one of those things is great. You know, and you can propose it too, like, hey, we only have 10 minutes for your topic. Do you want to talk about it in 10 minutes, or do you want us to move it for next week and give you the 20 you asked for, or the 30 you asked for?
Yeah, I think that's a good way to keep us within the 2-hour range.
I think that's a good idea too. What do you think, Bill?
I think we can definitely try it. I would think that it wouldn't work that well. I think that getting to however many topics we get during the time allotted for the meetings, and then just leaving the rest of the topics for the next meeting, that I think would work better.
You mean instead of asking them if they want to have a shorter time for it? Or do you mean instead of setting a time for it at all?
What I mean is, let's say we have 8 topics on the agenda.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2 hours, we managed to go through 5. Then we go only through 5, and we leave the next 3 for the next meeting.
Right. I understood that part of it, but do you not want to have any kind of time factor to it at all? So you just want to have the agenda and we go through it, and, you know, that's it? Because there are definitely some, you know, and I know I do this when I'm looking at the agenda, when it's my topics and things, where, you know, I'm like, oh, that's a quick one. Let me just bang this one out right now. Or, you know, one that's a bigger one that encompasses, you know, maybe 2 a little bit, that'll take more time. But it's only because I know it, kind of what I'm talking about there. So if somebody did list, maybe how, you know, if it was a short topic, or they thought it was a short topic or a long topic or something, it might help us be able to better gauge. But maybe what you're saying is, you know, it's probably much less complicated right now, at least, to try to do it, if I understand the way that you're saying it, Bo, which is just listing the agenda and going through it. And whatever isn't done in 2 hours, that's it. It just period goes to the next one.
I'm fine with both ways, because I would like this to be based on experiment, not on my or anyone else's views about what would work well. So whatever you guys want to start with, I'm perfectly okay with it.
What about if we put something like, if possible, please list the discussion time you feel required for the topic. What do you think about something like that, Liza?
I think that would be a good start. Yeah. And that way we can see in the agenda what the length of the meeting is anticipated to be.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be when people create the agenda item. Well, we have to create the instructions for adding agenda items.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, I thought you were already doing that on the other one. It must have been.
Well, that's the meeting facilitator role, and that's not, I guess that's not the correct place to put that.
Right. Yeah, then it's going to be the template card. Probably.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, and you know, when you're changing procedure like this, you should put a card to everybody, or a tag to everybody, so they see the change in procedure.
Yeah, like a board alert. Even I mean, you know, they should read it, but it is good.
Well, if I'm not alerted to something, I'm not scouring the different procedures.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing these meetings, so I'm not going to be rereading the meeting procedures unless I'm alerted to a change.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I was talking about, you know, other people that weren't in them and stuff like that too. You know, weren't in the meeting and didn't see it.
Okay, let's just put it under the meeting facilitator role, even if it may not be the best place. When creating agenda item, put a time estimate on it. Or put an estimate.
Time estimate for discussion.
For discussion. Like this?
Yes. I think that you should cut and paste that onto the procedure. The how to card. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called.
Liza, I am
sorry.
I'm with you on that, girl.
The procedure or?
The procedure template, yeah.
Oh, the template. Okay. Okay, does this look good to you now? Any other suggestions about changes?
Good.
My only suggestion is, oh, that's on the template card though. Because my only suggestion was if you wanted to make it into a checklist format when it's carried over. but I guess not. I guess it's not really. I guess all we need for the checklist part is to add to the meeting procedure to initiate the facilitator, or we don't need to do that because it's going to be for each item. No, never mind. So yeah. Okay. Never mind. Scratch what I said. It's not really a checklist thing, I guess.
Yeah, because it's going to be recurring multiple times.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Shall we go back to the page? Become a volunteer page. Yeah, so are you guys fine with creating a little bit of text now so we can put it later on the website?
I am sure. Yeah. Let me just pull up. I had this document here and then I logged out of it. I think at this point, we could do a brief social media one that could be maybe even expanded a little bit later. Because I don't think we have to get too detailed on ours into exactly what we need them for. When they come on, they can come and see the project board and stuff like that. So we can just ask for people that have experience in social media, to message us. It doesn't have to be too super complicated right now.
Sure. You can start simple.
I have a question too before we're wording this. Now, Carolyn's back now, right? For the most part, so we're moving forward more with HR again. So are all of the volunteers that are going for global help, global team help, is that going to HR's emails now instead of going to the individual team emails?
All the people in the Become a Volunteer page will be going through HR.
Okay, good. That's great. So do we actually need all of the people and things like that broken into an individual slots like that? Or can we have something that's just like, are you interested in being a volunteer for any of these departments? Please email HR. If it's a department request, if we're having requests for individual specific projects that we need somebody to come on for that we're advertising, fine. But, can we just list our active departments where we need help right now and just be like, currently we need help in these departments. Please email hr@thevenusproject.com.
Yes, that's what I'm suggesting that we do, that we add the social media team to those.
So for web development, you have a general one, and then you even have it broken down into a more detailed project-specific one. So you have that both on it, right?
We can have it however we want. We just have to create a web page that says social media and just put in there what kind of people we would like.
Okay. How about we put that for homework to make the text for that? Because I'm almost positive I have it. I just got this internet working now. I can try and pull it up, and we could, if we list it for homework, I could just throw like me, you, and Liza in a chat, and we could just work on the proposed text or something like that. Or we can do it right now. I mean, just give me 1 second.
Okay.
No, it's giving me an authentication error on the password, and I don't know why. It is literally the password. Yeah. All right, thanks. Okay, sorry. All right. Okay. So would that be all right if we composed it, if we put it as a homework?
Yeah, just let me know when you have the text so I can just add it to the website.
Yeah, I will. I'll just put together something and just throw it to the three of us real quick. I'll just look at it. I mean, the thing is, it just has to go, it'll have to go through editing too. I mean.
Okay, so we can move on to the next item in agenda.
Yeah.
That's yours, Jen. Add Eric to social media team.
Yeah. Roxanne just sent me over. Roxanne just sent me over a person that got a hold of her that wants to join. So I just wanted to double check with. I wanted to double check with Bo if everything was going to HR first, because I will give his information to Carolyn to reach out to first, and then.
So what's Eric going to be doing? Scheduling?
I don't know, because she literally gave me the information probably at like 3 a.m. last night or something. So I haven't reached out to him at all. He just said that he wants to help. Let me just read her message.
Well, if we put up the social media page on the website, then that's the place where people go to when they want to help. So you can just give them that link, and that's it.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But Eric's already gone, past that. Now you're trying to get Eric implemented into our social media team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is Eric a POC or what's Eric's knowledge of TVP?
All she said to me is, Jen, how can someone get into the social media team? He may have a lot to offer. I talked with him today. I told him he would need to get an NDA sent to him. Here's his contact.
Okay.
She says he has schooling and can produce things that could be helpful. So there's really not very much information. So I have his contact email that she gave me, and I just wanted to see, because if HR is doing it, I was going to give it to Carolyn to reach out, Bo, and then get him the NDA, and then he can come over.
But there's no need for that. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't need to worry about any of that. When we put up the social media page on the website, that's automatic. That's included in the process.
Right.
They go to HR. The NDA is taken care of.
I just mean for him specifically right now, because she wanted me to get in touch with him as soon as possible. So I didn't want to wait for the webpage to go up. Okay, so let's put there then to have the webpage up, information up. It's Friday. So I'll try to have that by Monday. At least the first draft that we could look at. Yeah, I just meant from him. I know once it's added up, it's going to be automatic, but I'll just I'll have Carolyn reach out just specifically to Eric real quick, so we can get him added, since it's not up yet.
Okay, we can move on from that topic.
Yes.
Automating the Facebook posts. This I'm pretty sure Shrey must have added. He was asking me about it, and I said, "You gotta come to a meeting."
Yeah. That's cute. Yeah. Okay, so. I guess that probably has to do with, having the scheduling software automated, but, we have to decide on scheduling software. So if he wants to comment on that, then that would be great.
Yeah, he has a card on it in Trello.
Okay.
And it's just an ongoing issue that, about the whole Hootsuite thing and getting this stuff automated. I don't really know what more to say about it. We're just not there yet where we're able to do that.
Okay. Let me just give him a comment. I'll just respond back to him so we can take this off the list.
So you are going to respond to him, Jen?
Yeah, I'm doing it right now. I'm just okay, so I responded back to him, so we can take that off the agenda for now. And that's it. And just this post I had wanted to talk about, just adding, the volunteer post, putting them on. If it's all going through HR and everything's set, then we can put those, schedule those as content too.
Right. However, graphics team, the transcriptions are not quite ready yet. So there's a few little things like that.
Right. So should we not do it yet then?
I think no, because right now it's literally just the website team.
Okay. Liza, would you be able to just put volunteer posts on the content creation list? If we don't have it already there, I think we may have it already there. But you could just put it there, and then when we get closer to being able to do that, we can do it.
You want me to make a card or just put it on the document?
You could just put it on the document.
Okay.
Unless, Bo, you think it would be good to put that on the projects that need assistance. Do you need assistance with that? Okay.
No, not really. It's up to us to put the social media page, and tomorrow we'll talk with Fab with the graphics. No assistance needed there.
Okay. Then I think we might be done. All I have to do, the telegrams for you. I have to do the text for the social media team. Or I mean, by me, we can just make a little chat and get that done as soon as possible. But I just want to go through because, like I said, I think I have it prepared already. So, Eric, I just got to talk to Carolyn and get that since we don't have it up yet. And I think that's it. We just need to make the card for the next meeting.
Yep. Does anyone want to make that card for the next meeting?
Hold on. I'm just having problems. So like I'm on my phone, so it's a little difficult for me to do it right now. But I can make it. What? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was just asking Liza whether she would like to try it.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I was adding the thing to the schedule, and Sasso is sending me a whole bunch of text about the weekly tours right now. You're wanting me to do what? Add what to what? I'm sorry.
Create a copy of the template card that would serve as a card for the next meeting. Have you ever done that?
Oh no, I've never done it.
Would you like to try?
Well, do you want an honest answer?
Yes.
I don't want to try, but I will if you want me to. Okay, so I need to. I don't even know. Am I in? I can't even. I have to go in there on my phone, right? I don't know how to switch over on my computer to do that.
For what are you talking about, Liza? For Trello?
Yeah, he's wanting me to create a. I don't even know what he's asking me to create right now because I was fulfilling another function while you guys were talking about it, but
because you fulfill a lot of functions, Liza. And you love it.
I was distracted with other stuff at the moment, but tell me exactly what you want me to do here.
Okay.
So we have the.
Go ahead, Bob. Sorry.
We have the meeting card template, right? That serves as a template for all meetings.
Okay, so I'll go on the current meeting, right? And you want me to
go to the template.
Oh, to the template. Okay.
And what we do at the end of each meeting is we create a copy of that template, and the copy serves as the card for the next meeting.
Okay. So I'm on the meeting templates, and I need to just copy the whole template card.
There's a button that says copy. Do you see it?
It's the whole thing. Copy, no, copy link, copy archive
No.
card.
There's copy. There's move, copy, subscribe, archive.
Oh, okay. I'm looking on my phone and you're looking on the computer, so it looks very different. Do you mind if we don't do this right now? I don't really know how to get myself on this card where I can.
It's hard from the phone to copy it properly. I just logged into. I finally got the connection, so I can copy it if you want me to, Bo.
Yep.
I'd be happy to get a lesson in how to do this. I don't really want to do it at this moment. If you don't mind, we can do it on the next meeting. I can be ready to do it on my computer next meeting.
Sure, Liza, that would be great.
It's okay to tell people when you have too many corrugated fingers with thorns on them. Your ass. We all understand. Okay.
Thank you.
I so understand.
I know you do. Everybody does, really. Everybody has a million different directions going.
Okay, well, so did you need me to make it, or were you making it? I'm sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and make it.
All right, what's the next date? I mean, unless you wanted to make it on your screen so Liza could see it. I mean, you know, it's up to you because mine's not going to be on the screen.
No, I think you can just do it.
Okay. 21st. First Saturday. I wish I could walk and chew gum right now. That would be amazing.
Looks good, Jen. Just one thing, you can, when you copy the card, you can just skip the
Activity.
comments. Sort of, yeah, activity.
Yeah, that's what I forgot to turn off. I'm like, wait, why is this?
Yeah.
I'll just redo it. I don't think we have any other stuff. I have one question before we go. On the questions and announcements, there's some things that are posted there, like, you know, that look like they should be projects that need assistance.
Can we turn that into an agenda item for the next meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just one last thing about the meeting card. Can you make a due date on it?
A due date for the next one?
Because that's the thing that gives us an email notification 24 hours before.
I forgot what we said about the time. Is it automatically goes to UTC or no? It just does it for our time zone.
You set it up for yourself, for your own time, and it will convert it automatically to everyone's time.
Okay, so that's going to be 9 o'clock a.m. Oh, wait, that won't be. I'll be in New Jersey. It's a different time. Okay. Did it work?
What time is? I don't think the time is right. Some hours off.
Because I'll be in New Jersey on that date. So
now set it up for your time now, your time zone now, wherever you are.
Okay. How about now?
When did the meeting start for you today? What time?
9 o'clock a.m.
So put that time.
Yeah, that I did put it. Did it not work?
No.
All right. Yeah, it's on my end. It says July 21st at 9 a.m.
Strange.
I can remove it and try it again. Just in case it. Did it work now?
It's not showing the correct time for me. Is it showing the correct time for you now?
No. It says 5 p.m. for me.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is.
Let me remake. I'll just remake the whole card again. See if it works.
No. Be the problem.
Oh.
You can just leave the card. I don't know. what the problem is. But
I already archived it.
let me just stop the recording.
Talk to Shrey. I'll try to talk to Shrey too and see, since if he's going to be doing moderation, and if Fab isn't helping anymore, then maybe we can do what we were originally going to do and just put moderating questions on, so we can be up,